So there's a couple of questions in the chat from the students. Many of them are interested. Sounds
great.
fun. Caitlin, you said especially the meeting part. I'm not sure I understand. Do you think it would, like doing like a morning meeting with the students is what you'd be most interested in?
Yeah, I think being able to like go and like hang out with the kids and like help the teachers, I like that part.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that is so exciting. I'm excited, and it's not even about me.
Oh, no, I'm excited too. I think that it's very innovative, and I think that it would be so appreciated. I think everybody would enjoy it all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these kids too, these little kids.
Lunch with a high schooler or something, and you could just go and like while they're eating lunch and you're eating lunch, and you could just talk to them like, hey, what'd you do today in class? Or, something like that, even where it's just to have, somebody different to talk to for them. And they like the kids might think that's really cool because you guys are really cool to them, even if you're not cool.
They do. They bring it up, or, and you could read it like this, or you could read it like this and turn the picture around.
We could practice story hour. I'm so excited.
Well, so what would be cool is I bet some of the students in the classroom that, is being read to would want to ask questions. So like whenever I've gone into an elementary classroom to, like as an adult or whatever, I've gone into an elementary classroom, they are so excited. They love seeing any visitor and they have all these questions, like even, why is your haircut like that? Just like random, but they like eat that stuff up. It's so cute. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Well, and if we recorded them, the students could maybe like email whoever recorded it. Because like if it's something where occasionally it's not a live reading, then maybe the students could like create questions and the teacher could email it to whoever was doing the reading and they could respond and, like a pen pal type thing with those kids too, because that would be something I think the elementary kids would like to get like a response from a teenager or a student who's at the high school.
Oh,
and
you know what?
They could show the recording and they could join the recording.
Yeah.
So it would be recorded and they would be there, and then the teacher would say, oh, Josephine is here if you want to talk to her about this book.
Yeah.
So
remember how last year we worked it out where we had a senior secondary ed student would go to Gilmore Fine Arts and work with a band instructor there and would kind of like job shadow, whatever. We could even set it up still in a virtual environment. So I could work with the principal at, Gilmore or Gifford or Waterwood right here, and say, hey, I am guaranteeing these elementary teachers would love to have a student an older student come into their classroom and do even social emotional learning breakout groups. Or, sometimes those elementary teachers pull some of the other kids to the side to test. Then one of our students would go in and, read a story or talk about setting and character in their ELA class, the portion of their ELA stuff. I think that those elementary teachers would love that.
They'd love a visitor. And you know what? You could do a little project with them. Like, here's how you make a snowflake, or do you guys want to make some paper airplanes?
Guys, if the students, if Caitlin or Josie or Andrea or whoever have something else that you're really good at, like maybe you know how to draw something that you could like show the kids how to draw, or like how to draw a Christmas tree or how to draw a snowman, even something simple. But so if there's something you were interested in that you could show a little kid how to do, so it doesn't
that'd
have
be
to
great.
Yeah, that could be something that would be really neat too, because it would be something that you like and you're kind of sharing that then with them as well.
You know what? Also at Olympia Brown, they do morning meeting and they video it and they share it to their entire, like the teacher shows it during morning circle, and then it's also on their Facebook page. So I am betting, and they choose a different character trait every week. So like last week was empathy. So I guarantee the principal at Olympia Brown would incorporate one of our students in that video somehow, so they would be, these elementary schools would eat up. I mean, people, any teacher, like anybody we can bring into their classroom to share in the experience. You know, it's so hard on teachers right now because they're trying to push all of this stuff and the feedback is not always there. And so just to have somebody else come in for a different experience for the students, I think that would be so great.
It would be, they'd be happy because my daughter is a 5th grade teacher and she said, it's a long day.
Yeah.
It's a
These
long
elementary
day.
teachers, they go from like 8 to, 1:50. It's like an all day. They have 30-minute lunch.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, if some of you guys are, I mean, and that would be awesome on a resume too. That would be great.
Having those roles, it's good to be in a club for your resume, et cetera, moving forward, or school or other applications. But it also is something different if you could say, I was the treasurer for, or I helped organize this piece of it or that piece of it.
I was thinking even is, I know in the morning, all the elementary schools do that whole like morning meeting type thing because that SEL, there's a big push. So I wonder if you all would be okay with missing advisory one day and just popping in for 15 minutes. Otherwise, in between a block, otherwise in between a block, they have that generally like the teachers have office hours. So that might be another time that would work because we would want to stay within school hours, and we don't want you to miss class unless you're begging us to. We could probably figure something out. We can make just about anything work. What's most important is how you feel about it and what you want, because this is you. You're going to be the one going. So it's really kind of what works for you. But if I can call up Olympia Brown tomorrow and talk to the principal tomorrow and say, hey, do you think it would be okay? What are your thoughts if, we had a Horlick student come and join a classroom in the morning, right away at 8 o'clock? Would that work for you? Do you see that fitting in somehow? Or are there other times that you think we could have a Horlick education pathway student come in and kind of help out? I don't know. I mean, I can do that tomorrow if you